Ocean Church, welcome to Pre-Roll. We're so glad you're here today. In this episode, we've got two really powerful stories. First, another edition of Dear Younger Me, where our church family shares what they would tell a younger version of themselves. And then you'll hear from Natalia about her experience on our Italy summer missions trip and how God moved in her life while serving overseas. Let's get started.
Dear younger 20-year-old me.
Dear 16-year-old me.
Dear 10-year-old me.
I know you've gotten a little too used to anxiously awaiting the next set of bad news. But for once, can I tell you a little good news? You can truly believe that Jesus is everything he says he is. He's the God you'd hope he'd be. I know you've watched and heard him be that for others, but he is for you too.
There's so much I wish I could share with you, but above all, I want you to know your life is going to bring challenges, but each will shape you into someone stronger and wiser.
You will go through some very hard times, but you're not alone. And it only gets worse if you run away from the one thing that can save you from it all.
Trust your instincts, but I also need you to know how opening your mind and your heart to what Jesus promises in his unwavering presence in every situation will see you through any and every storm.
Be yourself. Don't change who you are to get the approval of others. Know that God made you perfectly in his image, and he loves you even when you are a sinner.
You will never resent clinging to the one who permits you to ask where death's sting is. He is truly constant, truly faithful, truly kind.
There is no gift more valuable that I can give you than the knowledge that with Jesus in your heart, you will cherish the simple moments, you will laugh often, and never worry about what others think. The people who matter will love you for who you truly are.
It won't always look like you wanted it to. In fact, most of the time, it won't. And you certainly will not always feel adequate. But you know what? You'll gain a greater dependence on Christ in the most beautiful way.
Don't fall into the lies of this world, because it can only lead to the ways of the enemy. Doing wrong gets you nowhere, but thriving to be like Jesus and repenting from your wicked ways will lead you to great things.
Jesus understands our hardships because he experienced human life with all of its trials and pain. So when you feel overwhelmed, you can turn to him in prayer.
Please know he hears you. I am seeing prayers begin to be answered that you wrote on sticky notes on your bedroom wall in high school, nearly a decade later. You, your family, your friends, your future. He has it. And yes, you're still waiting on some to be answered, and I don't know why. And yes, I still have to remind myself that he has it, even today.
No matter where life takes you, remember, Jesus is your helper, your comforter, and your friend.
Be thoughtful and stay you.
So keep following him. It's well worth it. It's just the beginning.
With love and with hope and with blessings, you're older and wiser you.
So good. And now let's turn our eyes to what God is doing globally. Here's Natalia's story from the Italy summer missions trip and how God worked through her time there.
Italy Summer Missions 2025 was probably one of the best experiences I've had in my life. It was 10 days of something that I've never done before, and I loved it so much. I got to meet so many new people from all over the world, and I felt like a peace there. Like, I didn't want to go home. Like, I missed my family, I missed my parents, obviously, but like, I didn't want to leave. My relationship with God became so much more real with me because they were so intentional about spending like a personal time with God. So they had to set aside time in the schedule of our days to like read our Bibles and to like be alone with God. Before we did our street events, I was really scared and I was literally crying and I was like, God, I'm really scared. Like, I don't think I can do this. And then we went onto the streets and I would just like talk to people, and like there were some crazy stories that I had about like where people were like, I needed this. Like I prayed to God for this, and what you just said was what I needed. And I was like, whoa. And then like we saw healings happening. Like the last night we prayed for these ladies, and this lady's like she had a lot of back problems, and I prayed for her and she started crying because her back was healed. And going into the trip with like the healings, like I've never seen healings happening before, and I like read about it in the Bible, and I was like, okay, like God or Jesus used to do that. And I was like, I don't know if it can happen now. And it's like coming out from the week, it like changed my whole perspective. We had our track that day. That was like our training session. And we were talking about prayer and healings. And the guy who was talking, he was like, just because it doesn't happen right away doesn't mean it can't happen. And it doesn't, like, it just has to be short, sharp, and on fire. That was what they told us the whole week. And I was like really confused. I was like, obviously God can heal. We know that, like, God has the power to do that. Why can't he just do it right away? And like, it was confusing for me, but like then it made sense to me in that moment, like when they were talking about it. And it was just really like cool to see how God worked, and like the way that what I would read that day in my Bible would apply to what we would learn and like what we did on the street events. This is not a decision just to make because it's in a different country. It's a decision that takes a lot of prayer, and like I needed a clear sign from God that I should go to this because I really want to see how it was in Italy. Obviously, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. But like I was like, I don't want to go just because it's in Italy. But if you get that okay from God and you're still scared and you're like, God, I don't know if I want to do this, it's probably one of the best experiences you'll ever have. It probably will be scary at first. If you're not scared, I don't know how you do that, because I was scared. And I think that's when you go to God and you're like, God, I'm scared, but if this is what you're calling me to do, please give me a peace. It was probably the best thing I've ever done, and it will truly change you.
What an incredible story. It's amazing to see how God moves when we step out in faith, both here at home and around the world. We want to encourage you to start praying now about being a part of one of our mission trips in 2026. Be on the lookout for more information soon. Service is starting in just a moment, so let's prepare our hearts for all that God wants to do today.